Another gold medal up for grabs at the 2024 Nationals. It's the first Para-Nationals gold medal that we are going to award, and it's women's open pairs because we see Serena Bonnell and Louise Hoskins of Queensland. Serena to skip up against Annette Ruffle and Alison East. The second time we're calling Alison East this afternoon, or today, just on 2:19 p.m. at Broadbeach. 15 ends, 3-hour time limit, so we could be in for a fairly long haul. Very much looking forward to this clash. Val Febo, my name. Great to have your company wherever you're watching from around the world. We've already had a sensational matchup between Jimmy Reynolds and Josh Thornton. That was a special contest. Two-end roll-up for these two. This is the start of the second end of the roll-up. And setting things up, Serena Bonnell and Louise Hoskins. Such a formidable duo. They played each other in the Australian Open final last year. Or this year, sorry, I should say. Feels like a year ago now, but final series saw Annette Ruffle and Alison East take down Annette Goldsworthy and Cheryl Linfield. 14-10 now. Alison East has beaten Annette Goldsworthy twice today. And then Louise Hoskins and Serena Bonnell defeated Gail Schultz and Carolyn Nelson. It's funny, when you look at the ladders, Serena and Louise very lucky to actually get through. They were next best qualifiers. So we've got the man of the people, Paul Hoschke. I think he's going to join me a little bit later. He's got the horn ready to blow for the start of the session. He's shaking his head. So looking forward to this matchup between some very talented bowlers. Three right-at-home Parajackaroos out there. Annette Ruffle, very good bowler in her own right. Annette Ruffle from the Heathmont Bowling Club in Melbourne's southeastern suburbs. Alison East from Hamilton, as we said before. Serena Bonnell from Club Tweed. Louise Hoskins hails from South Johnston. Made her Australian debut in 2023, won a bronze at the Multi-Nations. Final skips bowls about to come out for the roll-up. So Louise and Annette just having a little bit of a chat. We're about to get things started, not too far away. Just building here as we await the horn to go off. There's Paul Holschke. He's almost ready. We're about to hear it. I guess that'll do. I think Paul's given him the A-OK to get started, and they have. So up and running. Timer is on 3 hours. That's what we need, possibly. 3 bowled pairs. But 3 bowled pairs, of course, if the margin does get out of whack, then, or if the margin is impossible to rectify, say if you're 7 down with an end to go, we stop playing. First bowl from Louise. Good line, just a bit short. Gold medal on offer. Good starters from Annette Ruffle. Louise Hoskins, that is coming back nicely. Weight, pretty exceptional. She'll take shot. Will it come back? Well, it'll go around the back, so not too bad. Just been made aware that we're going to have a few rotating guests coming through here. Damien Delgado is going to join us soon. Paul Holschke, events coordinator at Bowls Australia. Karen Murphy, I believe. Jake Lobitz from the Broadbeach Bowls Club. So Paul's done some wrangling for me. He's giving us the production lowdown. So we can see Lucas Protopappas, he's on the rink as well. Makes his way down, or on the green, sorry. He's playing in the pairs with Josh Thornton. Josh will be up for a win after losing an epic to Jimmy Reynolds in the last match. That was one of the best matches of bowls I've called in a very long time. Here is Damien Delgado. He's about to jump in. And graced by the presence of a world champion. Damien Delgado, welcome.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
That's the way.
Good to get the afternoon off.
I know, always nice. Nice to get out of the sun for a bit. It's quite oppressive today on the Gold Coast.
It is. A little bit warm, a little bit humid. A bit better than it was a couple of days ago.
That is true. It was an absolute monsoon a couple of days ago. I'm not sure how. I've seen photos of how it was here, but it was Tweed was absolutely ridiculous. Turles was saying that we got about 6 inches on Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Yeah, I think we got it about an hour before them. The way it worked its way down to Tweed.
It was absolutely bucketing down. I think FINA were thinking about hosting the World Swimming Championships at Club Tweed or Broadbeach. We got a call, but then the drainage was so good. So at the moment it's Victoria holding. Alison East couldn't quite just get through. Those green bowls of Annette Ruffle. Currently holding sway. Time for Serena Bonnell.
Yeah, considering how much rain, the greens are running beautifully today and yesterday.
Oh, the hands are swooping back, aren't they? It's magnificent to watch.
Yeah, it's nice to play on.
If you missed the action at Club Tweed, it's a bit interesting for you. Tweed is your home club, same with Serena, but playing your portion of the event here at Broadbeach, although both pretty wonderful clubs.
Yeah, definitely. It would have been nice to be playing at home, but yeah, second best choice is probably Broadbeach.
Exactly right, and I think because you know the rinks at home, you play on them all the time. If you're playing on rink 1, green 1, you know there's a tighter hand and there's one that swoops in.
Yes.
So we've got a bird right in front of us. If you can hear that in the microphone, they're just sharing food. right in front of us here.
Sounds like a whinging kid.
Yeah. It's like that scene in Family Guy when Stewie goes, Mum, Mum, Mum. All right, so final bowl of this end for Serena Bonnell, I think.
Just a little bit weighty, but the line's perfect. Would have finished on the line. And first blood to Victoria.
Certainly is. They're on the board early, 3 hour time limit, so thank you for jumping on with us.
No, that's all good.
Today, Damo. We'll rotate a few people through this this broadcast, but it's great to have you on. And how have you found this tournament so far? It was you just played the last session in the singles. How did you go?
Yeah, got through the quarterfinals, so
Semi-finals.
quarters for us it was, so into the semis.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Where I will play Jimmy Reynolds.
Yep. Well, he'd be pretty exhausted after a monumental match-up against Josh Thornton, so...
Yes, I was hoping I was playing him straight away today.
Yeah.
I did ask him if he wanted to start in 10 minutes, and he looked at me and walked off.
Well, he's playing pairs now.
I know.
But you two, the World Championship winning duo, how weird is that, considering you've had such a wonderful success on the rink together, that now you're playing against each other? I know you would have done it before, but, you know, after having those shared experiences.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good experience for us both. Obviously, yeah, he's jumped ship to New South Wales this year, so...
He's defected.
Yes.
They've engulfed him,
yeah,
like New South Wales.
Yeah, he's a selector, so he selected himself. So.
Talk about nepotism. If he wasn't in the team, you'd be thinking there were problems. He's that good.
We'd probably be happy.
One less competitor for you to worry about.
Definitely. No, it should be good tomorrow morning. The weather's probably going to be like this again.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. And then what's on after that? Are you playing the event at Helensvale that Serena Bonnell's running?
No, not this time. I was already booked in. We're going out to Lightning Ridge.
Oh, right.
For a big four there, Black Opal, I think it's called, out there in Lightning Ridge.
Beautiful.
So get to go home for all of about 10 hours.
Yep. How far is Lightning Ridge from here?
About 10 hours.
Oh,
10 hour drive. Inland. So
Inland?
Yeah, yes. So
wow.
yeah,
Are you doing it all in one go? Or?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Is it in Queensland?
I think it's in New South Wales. We've got to go into Queensland to come back down.
Wow.
I haven't really looked, but I'm pretty sure it is in the New South Wales side of the border.
New South Wales, town in New South Wales. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's
just south of the border.
So it's where the border actually goes flat.
Yep.
That's how far away it is. That is quite a hike. That's longer than the distance from Melbourne to Adelaide. Or Melbourne to Sydney.
That was a good bowl there, sitting at the back to give her something to play to if she needs it.
Annette Ruffle has won the lead battle so far. So we've got 15 ends here. But of course, if the ends, as I said, that is a very nice bowl from Louise Hoskins. As I said, if the two, or if the bowls, or if the margin is beyond 6 with an end to go, or beyond 12 with 2 ends to go, we unfortunately will stop early. We want to get as many ends as we can. Unfortunately, we can only see the... we can't bring too many updates from other rinks going on. We've got a couple of polls in front of us, so you have to wait and see until the end of the session. If you are wondering. So Alison East has enjoyed such a good purple patch of bowls throughout this tournament, featuring very heavily at the back end of a lot of events. Like you, Damien Delgado.
Yeah, the singles was okay. We won't talk about the pairs.
Who are you pairing with?
I was pairing with little mate Cooper. But we, yes, we'll forget about that.
Okay. Won't be bringing that up. You are an AO winning pair together,
Yes,
so...
that's right. Can't win them all.
you have won big events together, and how much does this event mean to you? The fact that, now at the Nationals, such an inclusive event, the fact that all able-bodied para, they're all playing the same event, and, this is an Australian title. There's so many trophies on the line. How much does it mean to you to be a part of it?
Yeah, it's great. It's a good little community we have too, even when we have our state events. It's always good to bump into each other. You don't get to see each other often, so when we all get on the one green together, there's a fair bit of banter. A fair few things that only we can say to each other we can get away with. Some people look at us a bit like, you can't say that.
Well, we can. We know each other well.
Yeah, it's great. It's always fiercely competitive between us all. But then at the end of it, we love to have a drink and all sit around, have a yarn. And
I know some of the things some of the jokes you've told me, Damo, very, very funny. No, it is a great little community, and all the parabolas are also close.
Yeah, and it's good to see some new ones too coming through. But obviously we'll be pushing on to get more nationals under their belts, and which is going to help us a lot going forth, getting more and more new players playing. And a few of them there, they might have had a bit of a touch up, but they're like, this is great experience, to play. They know where they're at in their own game, and it gives them some motivation as well to become better. And
the fact that they've been selected, I think, helps them so much, and it helps their confidence.
Yeah, especially from even a couple from Victoria. Obviously, Victoria would be very hotly contested for players, and to break into the team's hard enough. So, know you're either one of the 6 males or one of the 4 females, you must be going all right.
Exactly right. When only 10 get selected from each state, it's quite amazing. So what can Alison East do? Down a couple at the head.
A really good weight, and the line, it's swooping nicely, isn't it?
It's glorious to watch. Probably still down 2.
Yeah, close to it.
1 and a measure indicated. Can Serena Bonnell make it an even 3?
What is your tally up to at the moment? How many you corrected over the last few days?
How many
measure shots have you
have I called?
Called correctly.
I'm above 50%, I think. Just. There was one I went with, I can't remember what day it was. Serena, this is glorious. Well, now it's definitely could still be 1 and a measure.
Yes.
I probably favour the Jack High bowl, 1 taken out.
Yeah, it was a great bowl, and she might be a bit unlucky.
Brilliant effort. And are we going to get the umpire out? We'll mark her out. Yep, he's going to do the measuring for us. But yeah, I called 1 yesterday, and I was so confident. It was completely wrong. I was like, nah, surely this is it. So it is 2. Yes.
Yep. 2.
So Serena and Louise take the lead after 2-1.
That'll be a good confidence builder for Serena, drawing that beautifully then.
And these greens are so true. Like you mentioned, look at the way that she gave it the grass, swooped back to perfection. You could just tell with the line that it was on. They're great greens to play on. And you know what I love about this? Usually during pairs, we never get a marker with paddles. This is the life. Because sometimes you have to rely on looking at players, and during the AO this year, when you've got people 4 deep and you're looking at the monitor and you just see like a little, you don't know what it is.
Can get hard to see.
Yeah.
And especially there, sometimes they don't turn the board over for an end or two. And
so you just sort of get second guessing, and first world problems, you know.
It was amazing to see when the greens were underwater. Once the rain subsided a little bit, how quickly they drained off.
It's insane how good it is.
It is. It's incredible. Great start by Louise. Just a little bit over.
So these are your state teammates, Louise and Serena. But you know Serena very well, Damo, considering you've been to the Com Games with her, to World Champs with her. You know, why is she such a consistent bowler, and why is she so good?
Oh, well, she puts the time and effort in for one.
Yeah.
She's always down with Brett, and they're always, down at the green together, practicing. Well, Serena's playing in a lot of tournaments lately as well, winning at them as well. So she's putting in what she, getting out what you're putting in? Putting in what you're getting out? Yeah, she's on there a lot, so she's putting a lot of time and effort in. And obviously with a young family too.
Yeah.
It's trying to get as much as you can in between everything.
You're the same as well, 2 kids or 3 kids.
Yes. The little one goes to school next year, so...
Oh, wow. How are they looking forward to that?
Yeah, he wants to get with his brother and sister at school.
Yeah.
So. And I want him to go with his brother and sister to school.
Dad wants his me time.
Yeah, they're all good.
Ah, nice. That's fantastic. And age gap between the 3?
Youngest is turning 5.
Yep.
The daughter's turning 7, and my son will be turning 10.
Ah, nice. So 5 years
Next year,
between the 3. That's great.
Yep.
So, Louise Hoskins sent it out on a pretty good line. It's just all about the weight now.
She can sit on that green bowl, which she has. Great
Nicely
bowl,
played.
Louise.
Should be pretty happy with that. So you can see the fish and chips in the background. Looks really nice. On a hot day.
Might have to go look for some advertising dollars off them.
Yeah, I think we should. Let's trim the AO as well. They get a lot of advertising. We are here on green 4 usually at the Australian Open. So skips will change over. Played at a pretty good pace so far. Not sure we're going to need the full 3-hour allotment in this third end.
It would have been good to see a final with 4 wheelie walkers on that same rank. That would have been interesting, wouldn't it? There was a traffic jam down the green.
Just don't want any accidents. That's the main thing. No road rage.
A few years ago, we had a Lucas and Paul Kearney from Victoria.
Yep.
They had a running race down the side.
Oh, did they?
Yes. And they weren't giving up, and they hit the bank and flipped both over the side.
Oh, no.
They weren't giving it. They were competing against each other running.
Were they okay?
Yeah, they were laughing there. Laughing. They weren't going to give each other an inch. They were like, we're having a race, let's go.
Yeah.
It was quite hilarious, and they loved it. I think Lucas just got him as well.
To do it near the greens is just, it's not sensible.
No, well, that was up at Mackay on the carpet.
Oh, no.
So yeah, that was a good.
That's very funny. But I marvel at how every bowler here is just so passionate about the sport, and to see, it wouldn't be easy to develop the technique, and especially for yourself. Like when you first started bowls, Damo, how long did it take to sort of develop the technique and sort of adjust yourself when you're on the mat?
Well, I'd never played bowls before being in a wheelchair, so I don't know, the person never had anyone in a wheelchair, so it was all just trial and error. I think, I was all over the mat. And he's like, oh, maybe we should try this, maybe we should try that, until we found something that worked.
Until we found a world championship winning method.
Obviously then going on them slow greens, I had to change everything up again to get momentum and stuff like that. Because I'm not moving forward.
Yeah.
Stationary, so...
And when you... How long have you been bowling for now, Damo?
Since towards the end of 15, I think it was. Yeah. I was actually probably a couple of weeks away from maybe trialling tennis.
Really?
But when we went down to I lived at Cabarita, just about half an hour from here, and the greenkeeper just told me, you know, you can get a wheelchair for bowls, and I thought, no, I didn't know. And I lived about 20 houses, or it was about a 15-minute drive for tennis, so I thought, oh, might as well go somewhere closer, and that was it.
Yep.
Yeah, had to wait a few months for a chair to be made, and yeah, the rest was history.
But I think the fact that, you know, and that's where bowls is so accessible. There are so many bowls clubs around that will allow you to come on with a wheelchair, and the accessibility. Tennis is great in terms of wheelchair athletes, but I feel like bowls is, well, and I love my tennis, but I feel like bowls is definitely more accessible in terms
definitely.
of...
And I've never had a problem with any club.
Yeah.
Any club. I've had a couple of remarks playing in open stuff from people, and it's usually when I'm beating them. Well, you get to sit down, and I'll
it's actually harder.
I'll swap.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. So, yeah, other than a couple of things like that, it's been great. The whole community's been great. Everywhere I've gone, I've never had one problem. Greenkeepers are fine as long as you respect the greens.
But that's the case with anybody, really.
That's right. Yeah, you can get able-bodied people that are scuffing up the greens and not protecting them at the same time.
It's all about respect. Serena Bonnell.
This is just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's such a great sport, and the pleasure for me with working in it is to see the stories that you guys create, and I think the fact that the sport is so inclusive and allows, and I think the Jackaroos do it really well, the whole family aspect of the team, and seeing it at the Com Games where, you know, we're all having dinner together in the village, and you know, it was great for camaraderie, and you know, we all got along really well.
And for me, being in the wheelchair, I think I'm a lucky one. Like I say, like Brett and Tony, and I was like, geez, I wouldn't want to, like, when it's hot and 4 days of play, or before Bowls Australia we had 6 days of play because we had the triples.
Yes.
After about 2 or 3 days, they'd take their prosthesis off and there'd be blisters and blood in their sock, and they just don't complain. They just wrap it up, and off they go again. They go a bit slower by the time day 1 to day 6. They're usually moving a little bit slower. But
that's like anybody.
Yeah, but seeing them with blisters and bleeding from their stumps and stuff like that, but they don't complain. That's what you've just got to put up with. Yeah. It's just an everyday occurrence.
So we're going to measure here for shot, and we'll see.
Looks like it could be the blue.
Yep, Louise Hoskins holding again. So one more to this Queensland pairing of Louise and Serena. I want to measure another one, or we're kicking them back. So 3-1. Enjoyable contest so far. Green's running at a beautiful pace.
I've noticed too through our last game and this game, most of the teams are playing long. They all seem to be, it's such how nice and true the green is. You can throw it out there knowing it's going to come back.
Well, Jimmy tried to play short in the second match today, and Josh was actually doing better on those than he was, and then once he went long, that's when he really started to hone in. So the long lengths were definitely helping. So it's probably about just under a 3/4 length here for Louise Hoskins. Louise has really enjoyed a nice purple patch over the last couple of years. Her and Serena fighting off for a lot of Australian gold medals, and they even fought off this year at the Australian Open singles.
Yes. Yeah, Louise has come on massively the last couple of years. Gained some confidence.
I think you look at the three of Serena, Louise and Cheryl Linfield for 2 spots. That battle is quite hot.
Yes, you've got to be performing all the time. Once you're in there, it's you don't want your spot taken.
No. And you got the target on the back as well. This one's probably going to cut under here for Annette Ruffle.
I see, looking at all the other games, it's a pretty important session between Queensland and Victoria. I think there's 3 or 4 games for the overall trophy, which could be decided in this session, really. If somebody wins all of them, that's
Really
probably
could. Had some really close ones in the juniors. Some close overall trophies. One of them was only 1 point. Overall, it was New South Wales who won, boys and girls combined, and then Victoria silver medal. Overall girls won by New South Wales and overall boys won by Queensland. Annette Ruffle. It's coming. She's just going to crash in, so probably still 2 to Louise Hoskins and Serena Bonnell.
Louise would probably want something 2 foot past on the line, just ready to catch something. She's got a good line, but she might be crashing into hers again.
I think change of hand will come now. Louise has got both of those bowls in the eye line of Annette. Alison doesn't want to be 3 down at the head, that's for sure.
No, this is a big bowl. And she's played it well.
Might not be the one, but it's a good effort.
Second shots.
Weight was sensational. What's the key to playing in this sort of weather? Damo is just good hydration and
Yeah, definitely hydration.
stay out of the sun as long as you can.
Yes, it's a bit harder for me to get off the green, and it's
Yep.
a bit harder when I leave my hat in the hotel too. So
That doesn't help.
that's, yeah, sunscreen up. That's the
Yep.
thing, especially now. It's quite bitey out there in the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, when you even coming out this morning, get out of the car and it's right on you and it's oppressive, especially because the greens have no tree cover, so you're sort of just out in the elements. And
Yeah. And there's not much wind really. There's a little
No.
bit, but you get a little bit of a coolness every now and then. But yeah, you've got to be make sure you've got plenty of water.
What's Serena done here with her weight?
She's right on it. Oh, just probably 1 roll short.
Well, nice little sighter.
You might pay a bit of tacking weight here, looking for the jack. She's got a nice bowl behind, just near Louise.
Just drifting through.
It's another one in a good catching zone though.
So she might roll her own up. Or if she wants to get really aggressive, she can sit that bowl away of Annette Ruffle. Great delivery, Serena Bonnell.
It's on a good line again.
She is.
She might get the
2. Could it be 3?
could be, yeah. But it has opened up that side for Alison now. She can sit on Serena's bowl or
Do apologise. We've just got Annette just in the way of this centre line. She's close.
She's very close.
Still 1, so took 1 out.
think that's a good idea from Serena. She's asking a few questions.
Yeah.
Come down and have a visualisation
Yeah.
a bit closer. You can hear what she's saying. I think she's asking if that ball goes, how many could she have?
Yeah, that's true. And the answer's probably 3.
Could be. Even
Yep.
the front ones could potentially count. The 2 front.
Yeah, that is true.
It's hard on the angle on the TV.
Yeah, very interesting. So Damo, I think you've been kicked out
Yeah, got
because
these evil eyes on me.
the one and only Karen Murphy is waiting to jump in. We'll wait until after this Serena Bonnell delivery.
Yeah, she's on a higher pay grade than I am.
So she's just going for the dead draw here, Serena. I think she's sent it out on a pretty wide line.
It's not a bad spot there too. It is re-spot. So if she does have a little go, I don't think she will, but it is an option. Saves her potentially going down a few if she did have a little dig at it.
Now they're one down on the tee and one down at the head, so I think dead draw is probably going to have to be the one here.
Yep.
So Alison East. End 4. How is this going to come back? It's making its way. It's trying. It's not getting there. So one more to Serena and Louise. It's 4-1 after 4 ends here in the Women's Open Pairs final. 3 ends on the bounce to the Queensland pair. Damo, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on and appreciate you coming and have a chat.
Thanks, Val. Good luck for the rest of the Nationals.
And same to you, my friend. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Damien Delgado, right at home para Jackaroo and world champion, joining me on Ringside Live. He's an out-and-out star. And got Karen Murphy, the one and only. Her resume speaks for itself. I don't need to list through all the accolades that Karen has won, unless Karen would like me to list all the accolades that you've won, because there's been a hell of a lot of them.
No, no, thanks, Val. We might just leave that, I think.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Nice to be in commentary here for the final of the ladies' pairs. It's going to be a good game, this one, I think. There's not much in it between these 4 players as a rule.
Both of them have played really well to get here, and Annette Ruffle and Alison East took down Annette Goldsworthy and Cheryl Linfield in the semi-finals. It's a very good team to beat. Alison East, as we said off the top, has beaten Annette Goldsworthy in the two previous sessions of the day. So I saw Annette before and I'm like, we won't mention Alison East's name. And she goes, no, please don't.
Well, she played well in the singles, that's for sure. I saw a fair bit of that. And, yeah, Ali's been working. She's obviously part of our open squad with the Paras, but been working with Ian Ewing down in Victoria, and and also myself as the para coach. So no, she's really progressed over the last few years, Ali, and probably learning that high performance environment and and how to practice and train and things like that. So she's going along well.
Speaking of going along well, Louise Hoskins has really come into her own here in this lead battle. Bowling very nicely.
Yeah, she's pretty steady, Lou. Again, in our para open squad.
Final of the AO. That's a nice little finish there. How impressed are you with how these para bowlers have had to deal with a lot of adversity this week in terms of the rain and, well, I wouldn't call that rain, I'd call that a monsoon.
It's I just think, like they're just progressing in the para space, from year to year, I think, and it's really, it's a great experience for them to have to, play on greens that waterlogged, and then they're quicker today, and then there's wind conditions, and that simulates international play, and that's what we're I guess we're looking at as selectors too, is how they cope with those things, being flexible and adaptable, and how they adapt their game to those conditions in order to try and get their best performance. So. And the para space has really, really grown in the last couple of years. Ellen Faulkner's obviously done a great job in this space, and getting the paras to think like they're athletes. I think that's that, and they go to the AIS biannually, and they get tested through S&C conditioning, and lots of education in around support services and stuff. So it's coming along well.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And you're right, Alan Faulkner has been a key cog in delivering such great results for the Para Jackaroos and the Para program.
Yep, she sure has.
And Elle's now a World Championship winning coach as well, helping out with the Para Jackaroo success last year. You as well, and Gary Willis.
Yeah,
all dominating in the high performance team.
Nice to see them do well. We know how hard they train and how much work they put into it. And again, Val, this is all new for them.
Yep.
It's still in its infancy. So to see them reap rewards is obviously pleasing as a coach and a selector. So we see Serena add to the count here. It's not no surprises, but it's not running super quick. It was obviously underwater on Tuesday afternoon, so it's running really well for the rain that's had. It's quite green, like normally the back green here this time of year is quite sort of yellowy, for want of a better word. But still amazing job by the greenkeepers here at Broadbeach, Keith and the team, to get them up to scratch. And on a day like this, no wind, it's perfect out here on green
really
4.
Is. It really is beautiful. It's one of the best greens to play on and to bowl on from all accounts. Alison East just going to cut under here. If you don't give it the grass, it's not going to get there, and it's always going to cut under. Had a bit too much weight too.
So 2 to the Queensland team. Serena will be looking to try and consolidate this head here, trying to maybe just get something a little bit closer. Serena's bowl's shot, probably it's a bowl in front. It's probably 14 inches jack high. And she's looking good. Weight's really good here. It's a good shot.
Louise Hoskins, before it had even stopped, said great bowl. So,
and a bit of work here to do for Alison East.
Yeah, it is tough.
Doesn't want to drop a multiple here on this end when they're already 4-1 down.
Serena and Louise are such great front runners. How's this looking though, Karen?
It's going to catch the outside edge, I think.
Well, it's pretty even 2 now.
2 and still a look, I think. 2 and a look for 3.
Yeah, that back blue bowl there, it's sitting just past jack high.
It was a good shot of Ali.
It was. Yeah, there's the angle there.
Sticking on the same hand here for Serena. The grey bowl slightly in front of jack high, but won't worry her. Looking to get down well here. Just needs the weight. No, she's played this really well. That's a cracking shot. Little touch of the jack as she went through, just sailing through a little bit, but 3 really good bowls there from Serena Bonnell.
That's a great head. And speaking of selection, the Nationals probably the last big event before selection for next year's squads does come out. So some interesting choices for you and this national selection panel over the next few weeks or so.
Yeah, we're definitely we've got quite a few meetings coming up over the next week, and it's a busy time of the year and an exciting time of the year, obviously for squads being reselected, I guess. So I mean, we're lucky. We're blessed with depth. In this country, so it's a nice headache.
Umpire taken or umpire brought in, so it's definitely 1 to Queensland. And yeah, you're right. I think, you see there's retirements that have come through, but then you look at the depth of the men's side, and Jack McShane has sort of come from absolutely not nowhere. He's in the pathway, but to win the AO pairs, to win the indoors and do what he's done has been so impressive. And then the character of so many of these guys at the National Development Series is brilliant. You can see it, and the passion that they have for the sport is brilliant. So the Australian bowls community is certainly blessed.
Yeah, we're in a good space. There's some such good young kids coming through as well, and I think as a coach and even a selector, even as a selector too, Val, I think it's great to see young kids who've been in the system. They display good culture. They're good people, and then they work hard. It's really lovely to see young players reap the rewards of their hard work and a good work ethic. By winning events such as Joey and Jack. In the AO pairs.
But then they made a final the same day as well in the fours.
Yeah,
so
brilliant. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
6-1 now to Louise Hoskins and Serena Bonnell. They are forging ahead here in this Open Women's Pairs final.
I think Victoria need to win this next end or two. They don't really want that lead to extend any further.
Well, the worrying part for them is that they won the first end, but since then they've dropped 4 in a row. So it certainly doesn't help that Louise and Serena are on such a roll, and we know how good they are when they are in front.
I think for the VICs, number 1 is to win the end, and number 2, I would say, is to lengthen it up and go long on these Queensland girls. That would be a good game plan, I think. So as we see Louise Hoskins start really well. Her last, I think, 3 or 4 ends have been really good with her first bowl. So putting the Victorian girls right under the pump straight away and just trying to create that pressure.
A good line there from Annette, but just not being able to get the weight right.
It's good bowls, certainly in the game. That's she's given it a chance. Certainly better there than short, that's for sure.
That's the thing as a skip. You don't want your lead to be missing short.
No.
You want even if they're missing, you just want it past because you can at least work with it.
That's it.
It's that age-old
saying. In the game. Yeah, it's good. 2 good shots. A bit unfortunate there for Louise because she's sort of created a bit of a Great Wall of China there, which is a bit of a fatter target here for Annette, but she still has to get it. She should try and keep a weight of the first bowl.
When Alison sort of telling it to slow down. Is it going to get there? It's coming. It's trying. Decent effort, but it's actually put that second bowl in a pretty good spot, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Or for Louise and Serena, that is.
Yes, that's right. It's a pretty good lie. But Louise, still should be trying on the back end just to try and just roll that Jack High bowl a couple of rolls and try and get it off Jack High just to take away that shoulder.
Yeah, Jack High bowls are good, but then when you're playing at this level, they're going to be used as a target.
Yeah.
And that one's just not sent by Louise Hoskins.
And some exciting events too coming up, Val, with senior sides, Australian championships. There's lots to look forward to up here on the Gold Coast over the next, 10 days or so?
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe... No, more.
More?
2 weeks.
2 weeks still?
Yep.
Wow.
In 2 weeks today is the last day of the 2024 Nationals.
It's a long campaign.
Yeah,
good campaign.
It is. I won't be here for the full duration of it, so you'll...
I'm heading home. I've got an AIS coach development facilitator conference at the AIS in Canberra and then straight back up again. Yeah.
Because you're playing in the Australian fours,
playing the fours, yep.
Do you know who you're subbing in yet?
Yeah, we've got so interestingly, we're the only state in New South Wales that you have to be from the same club for your state events.
Yes, so, I did hear this.
Yeah, so, which is we were fortunate enough to win the Australian Fours last year in Perth, and we're all from the same club, which is wonderful for the club. It's great. But then when you need a sub, it limits you, I guess, as who you can get because it's got to be from the same club.
You can't pick Dawn.
And it can't be anyone who's played in that event either. So you can't have someone who already played in the event that didn't win it. It's got to be someone who
I don't
didn't
think
enter
Dawn
it.
did play the fours.
No, she's from St Johnny's anyway. So, but so within your club, because most people in your club go in the, would compete in the zone fours. So anyway, we've got a young player that leads and is she's a bit of a part timer, but she goes well for someone
What's
who
her
plays
name?
part time. Mia Hodson. So Mia's probably mid-20s, I'd say.
But how's that? She comes into an Australian Championships team and gets to play with Jessie Cattell, Karen Murphy, and Jamie Lee Warsnott.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, she's pretty cruisy, Mia. But comes in and she plays well even though she doesn't play all the time. So we've got some team called Queensland in our section. That, I don't know. There's some Kelsey Cottrell or Lindsay Clark,
they're okay.
Chloe Stewart and Kira Burke. Yeah, they're pretty handy.
It's a bit of a group of death. And then on the other side, there's the Western Australian team that made the final 2 years ago, I believe. They won a silver or a bronze.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, they won it overall.
Okay.
Sorry, they did.
Yep.
In the 2021 Australian Championships, Chrissy skipped that team, and she'll be back.
It's a Manning team.
Yep.
I think Beck Van Ash and the Tassie girls are in that same section.
They
so
are.
yeah, it's some good teams in it. So
Beck's playing in 3 events at the Oz Champs.
Yep.
Subbing in for the pairs.
Yep, all bar singles. So
Yeah, it's going to be a big fortnight for a few people. Oz Champs is the only event I miss at the Nationals, leaving Sunday after sides. So
mixed pairs as well as singles. Yep, pairs, triples, fours. Oh, great effort there. Really good weight there from Ali, and actually has sort of split those pack of.
And the sides.
Sorry, that's Annette. She's actually created a good little slip cord in there.
She has.
She was able to get the jack back to there. So good weight there from Alison East.
Is Serena about to cover that?
It's a hard spot to cover because if she gets too far past it, she's probably too deep.
And
so this is a really telling bowl here from Ali. She's got a great opportunity. Little ledge off there on the jack high bowl. She probably needs to drag it sort of probably 2 feet or 2.5 feet. Can make a 4.
Alison East. Big bowl in the context of this match.
Oh, she's
No, different hand.
changed her hand. Well, she's close. She gets the bowl through the gap, the jack through the gap here. Well, she's back cut it. On the other hand, that's genius. Oh, great shot there.
Unbelievable from Alison East. That is sensational.
Back cut the jack off the back bowl of Queensland sideways.
Well,
Great shot.
You
Great
called
shot.
it.
Degree of difficulty high.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. So 6-3 in favour of Louise Hoskins and Serena Bonnell. They're on the verge of being 8-1 ahead. And that's a brilliant bowl and a brilliant save from Alison East.
Sure was.
And I think, Kaz, with sides coming up, this is one of the most coveted events that is part of the Nationals. How much did playing in that event mean to you, and winning that Marge Morris Trophy? Is that something that you still hold in the highest regard in terms of the accolades that you won, the many of the accolades?
The Marge Morris is right up there. Yeah, definitely right up there. It's everyone's got to play well, in the sides for over multiple days, I think, in order to win that, because the competition is red hot. So it's definitely a team effort. You can't really afford to have one rink out of your 3 not firing. So it takes everyone to make a big effort, and it was one of the really great events that I love to play in over the years, and played from 96 to 2019, I think it was, in those Marge Morrises, and I'm not sure how many was involved in when we won, but quite a few, I think. So back in when I first started playing playing in what we called, I guess, was the national sort of thing. It used to be every state had singles, pairs and fours, so it was 7 aside.
I did hear this from
Yeah.
Turles the other day.
Yeah. So and then it went to 12-a-side, which was great. So and then combined with the men, which was even better. So I remember my first team. I played pairs with Daphne Shaw in my very first state nationals.
Wow.
In the Australian nationals, and we won the pairs. It was pretty exciting.
Sure would be. So you won 10 Marge Morris trophies.
10, was it? There you go.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that. So, 96 to 2019. So,
That's a hell of a lot.
that's a lot. Yeah. So that was including when it was singles, pairs, triples, fours.
So it goes all the way down to... So there it is. Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's I think every player would say either, the Marge Morris and the Ali Shield is the big one.
It was funny, because when I started, we didn't have a side series for 2 years because of COVID. And then the first time I saw it, I saw the passion in all of the players and how much it just meant to them to win.
Yep. Team effort, that's what it's about. It's a really good head here from the girls, from Annette and Louise. It's a really good head of bowls. Louise probably holds one. Just see that shadow coming over Val from the balcony there.
It's always around this time.
Yeah.
3:30 in the afternoon or 3:20.
Close, yeah. That's really good shooting there from the girls.
I've kept this on New South Wales time because got most of my events at Tweed. I've only got 2 days at Broadbeach, so I've just kept it all on New South Wales time. It's throwing me off completely.
Yeah, well, my Apple Watch and phone wouldn't even change over to New South Wales time when I went to Tweed yesterday.
Yeah, neither. I had to. I had to put it to Sydney time.
Yes.
Automatically.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Like people who live really close to the border, you must miss appointments and things, flights and stuff.
Yeah,
I would.
I'd be at the airport 3 hours early, I think, just to make sure.
Well, a tight head here for the girls to play to, but Ali probably finds herself at least one down, I think. Might be close for shot. And I think she's one down with Louise's bowl that is 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. As we look for those who are watching at home, it's probably the shot bowl.
So what can Alison do? I think Serena and Louise would love to get that 2 back that they dropped on the last end, but this is looking pretty good.
Really good line here. Well, that's a great shot. Oh, it's just fallen back. Might have just fallen out of shot, I think, as Louise has a look.
Close. Louise is just leering over.
I don't see it changing Serena's shot anyway, regardless whether it's shot or not. So she's probably just going to play forehand draw. No, it is backhand draw, sorry, my bad. Backhand draw, just beating Louise's Jack High-ish bowl there at 3 o'clock.
See what she can do. It's such a really measured release, Serena Bonnell. Nice follow through.
Yeah, we've been working on her delivery a little bit of late, so just trying to... And delivery's all about,
Close.
Close here. Oh, she's just turned that bowl in for shot probably, but the good thing is she's opened it up.
Yep. She can even attack that now if she wants to.
Yeah, she's got Louise's bowl at the back and hers, so jack down the line's perfect for her next one, but see what Ali does. But yeah, Serena's delivery, just trying to, it's all about, having effective enough technique to be able to repeat it. It's got to feel the same, when players are playing really well in their groove, they don't think about their delivery, sort of thing. So, a lot of work done, and Serena works really hard on it.
She does work very hard.
I see husband Tony's playing over a few rinks over.
He's very hard to get a look at the scores, but
It is.
he's a very handy bowler, is Tony. And Kaz, you've got, I'll ask you after Serena's bowl comes down. She's close.
Oh, just missed that.
A bit too much on it. So one bowl left to come for each. Now you've got the BPL coming up in under a month. So
Yes.
it's a pretty big month of bowls for you as well. Who said you retired?
No, not retired.
It's huge, and BPL 20 is going to be massive, just considering 2 new teams. The Lions, unfortunately, have had a lot of people poached.
We have, yep.
But
Yep. Opportunity for other players, though, at the same time. So
Nathan Black coming in for his full tournament debut has filled in for the Pioneers for 9 games and actually helped him get to the finals as well.
really excited for Blackie. So to get a full-time gig with one of the franchises. So, yeah, I think if... I think Blackie mentally will, he's got that taste of it now. I don't think he'll be too nervous or anything like that playing in his first time full-time role. But
does he get nervous? He seems like such a laid-back character.
I really think so. No, I don't think so. But I think if Blackie gets up front on the draw and gets his draw going, I think he could go really, really well. And Spurry's probably the polar opposite to Blackie. So Spurry's a confidence player. He's up and about. You'll hear Spurry before you see him. So which is great. Great for the event. He plays with a lot of passion. I love that too. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be good. We're a bit of an unknown quantity, I guess. So I don't know. We'll just fly underneath the radar and just see how we go. And we've got a few sort of game plans, but we're not locked in to any. We're just going to see how it goes and pans out first, and see what's working and what's not. So I love BPL. Like I missed the last one, with my mum not being well. So really looking forward to playing, getting back in on the carpet. We've got all the UK players coming in.
That's going to be amazing.
It is. It's as we just see the umpire measure there.
Just the one.
Just the ones.
But they have won multiple ends in a row here, and 6-4 the score as we near the halfway point here. Serena and Louise in front.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting to see the likes of Nikki Brett, Jamie Walker, Paul Foster, Catherine Rednall come into the competition. The Pine Rivers daytime rinks are tricky. They're really like rink 1 where the live stream is
Beck Van Ash's favourite rink.
Yeah, it's super tricky, especially drawing to the tee. So the rinks they all differ, and then you add wind into that. Obviously, the jack going on the spots. We've just got new rules this year as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the UK players make of those conditions as well.
But also having a bit of noise around as well, because I guess there'd be when they're playing these big events at Potters, there's no noise or anything like that. But BPL, we get the music blaring.
Yeah, I think they'll love that. I think they'll really enjoy that. And they've all watched it from home. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be really good. But I think it's going to be so cutthroat trying to make that final, 5.
Yeah, it's still 5.
Yeah, but 12
how many
teams.
How many wins gets you in?
That's right.
It used to be 10 pretty much guarantees it. 9, you're 50-50. But
yeah, 9 won't cut it.
No.
I don't think so.
Or, you'd be 9 and 13 or 10 and 12.
Yeah.
You've at least got to get to 13.
I think so. Yeah.
Those are some of the scores that you can see there from some of the other matches. I believe that's the Barry Brennan and Josh Barry score.
So 9-6 to Chris Favell, I believe.
That's in the pairs.
The men's pairs, yep, that's right. It's very good camera work here, trying to get us some scores.
Yep.
Well done.
Under Robbie.
Robbie, look at you go. 5, so 6-5 in the Brett Sellers, Tony Bonnell versus Josh Thornton and
Lucas Protopappas.
Yeah.
The right at home ambassador.
The right at home ambassador. Loves it.
He really does. As that ball comes into the shadows for Louise Hoskins. And we've just seen Annette Ruffle, Kaz.
Starting to step up.
Yeah.
Yep. And maybe just that back-to-back ends too gave her a bit of confidence. And, they're starting to, and as predicted, a little bit longer end. Yep.
What I love here, Reese Gilman commenting here on our YouTube feed. Reese was part of the Under-18 Championships, so great to have your company and watching Louise Hoskins.
We've also got Carmen Plaza. I know Carmen. She's from Fig Tree. Well done to Gail. Our little Oro bowler. Get to the semis, unfortunately. Went down to Serena. That's it. Some good comments coming through.
And Kaz, you've after BPL, you've got another busy little period because you're off to the States, aren't you?
I'm actually home 5 days in October and 5 days in November.
That's it.
Yeah, so I only got back from Christchurch. My last 2 weeks have been Sydney, Perth, Adelaide, Sydney, then bowls for 4 days straight to Christchurch. Got back from Christchurch on Monday. Had two days at home, or 2 nights at home. Straight up here. I think I counted before I went to Perth. I had 28 flights between now and December.
Are you platinum?
Yeah, well, I'm close. I think I'm just about to hit it back again.
Beautiful.
So 28 flights. So it's a busy time, but important to take care of yourself and
For sure.
get some good sleep and hydrate and eat well and that while you're busy, sort of thing. So, but yeah, it's busy but good busy.
That's good. How was Christchurch?
Yeah, really good. It was great to be back at Burnside again. And
Yeah. Was that the under-26 singles? How did that go?
Yeah, so we had Kate Matthews and Jack East play in that. So it's open, so the girls play against the boys. There was 4 sections of 8, so a field of 32. Kate won her section. She only dropped 2 games, but she topped her section, and then she went down to Seamus Curtin from New Zealand in the quarters by nothing. Like, it was really, really good effort. So what happens is you've got to finish top 2 in the section, and you go the top 2 go into Division 1, 3 and 4 go into Division 2, and so on.
Burnside pairs.
Like Burnside pairs, yeah. So you play the whole time. So, yeah, and Jack ran 3rd in his section, so he played Division 2. So really good experience for the guys. They made some awesome friends over there, like players that they'd never met before, and really gave them some great international experience, which is what it's all about, and represented us really well.
Brilliant. Serena Bonnell.
Needs to get down here. She'll get edge of the green.
And then knock her own away. So it's probably one down to 3 down now.
Well, the good news is that she ran past the jack down the line, so she's got position with her bowl if it stayed on. Yep, has.
Did.
Yep, at the back there. So, but Alison East could play a really good bowl here and just tuck the jack around the corner and really hide it away from Serena if she played her backhand. And I don't know that she is. Nope. Yeah, heading off to the States for running away for my 50th. Val, well, not running away. We're just going away. I'm not really that phased on whether I'm turning 50 or not, to be honest. But yeah,
Beautiful.
heading to the States. So it's going to be good fun.
Very jealous.
Paul and I are off. We're catching a New York Knicks Utah Jazz game at Madison Square Gardens on New Year's Day.
Amazing.
Yep.
That sounds brilliant.
Yep, and an ice hockey game in Vegas and a 49ers game in the football.
Wow.
Yeah, and the
atmospheres
NFL.
will be good.
Yeah, it'd be good. Great stuff.
Oh, very jealous. Serena.
Well, that's
what have you got?
Really good bowl. What a line. She just needed another probably yard of weight.
She would have halved it. But then the problem
Close for
is,
second.
very close.
Alison needs to play this backhand and tuck this jacket in. Well, she is now. She's playing backhand.
We'll see that bowl come in very shortly. It's contrasting massively in the sun.
She could trail it down the line for 5 here if she played the right weight, which she's not there.
So when you go, Kaz, what's the dog going to do?
He's home with our friend Kay. So
okay.
Kay Moran playing sides, yep. So Kay and her partner will look after Archie. And
yep.
we're sort of doing all the warmer places first, Val, which is Mexico, the Caribbean, Miami, while we're skinny, and then doing the colder places last when we've put on a bit of weight.
Yeah, when you've eaten enough. Don't
even want to think about it, but no, it's a bit of a mix of warm and New York will be cold, obviously. New York, New Year's, and then Nashville,
beautiful,
and then Vegas and home.
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Serena attacked this. If she wound up on her backhand and sunk the jack in the ditch, she could really make a big dent in this count as it stands.
Serena with that purposeful walk. Let's see what she can conjure up.
Oh, she does like a bit of a run. She's good at it too. One of her strengths.
She's one of the more attacking players
in the Parascene. Yeah, which is good. Another feather to her bow. And backhand. Well, she's not
going for the draw. How wide is she?
Yeah, too wide. Hasn't changed the head.
So she'd be a bit annoyed with that. Annette pulls out one. What are we going to see here? They have fought back in beautifully. I think they want the tape.
3 in a row now.
Will it be even? Or will they be in front? I don't think they'll be in front.
That's not in it.
No.
No. So Serena's bowl against Annette's.
Green or black? Very rare to see someone using the black bowls.
Yeah. Black's a new colour. Yeah, 1. Good save there from Serena.
Sure was. So 3 ends on the bounce to the Victorians. 6-5 in favour of Louise Hoskins and Serena Bonnell. Got another worthy final today. We had a great final of the boys' singles last night between Travis Moran and Charlie Hicks.
Wasn't it a game?
It was a great matchup.
The boys, I mean, there was so many good games there yesterday. Gaz and I were there all day and last night as well. But the game of Riley Garrick and Charlie Hicks for the section was a cracking game too.
I was watching the scores there trying to give updates, and they are both very accomplished bowlers already.
Yeah.
I love watching Riley Garrick play.
Yeah. And Trav played really well, obviously, to win the gold medal. But throwing Kobe Cromie with that, like a really good group of young...
Jonty Hayes.
Yeah, young Jonty's good little player. Yeah, brother plays for Richmond. Is it Richmond? In the AFL?
No, we don't have a Hayes.
No, he's not a Hayes. He's a different surname.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I will get back to you on that because I'm not an AFL.
Okay. Oh, no, Seth Campbell.
Seth,
that's right.
That's
yes,
it.
I know this now.
Yep.
I did see, because when Seth Campbell made his debut in opening round this year, I saw Jonty was there.
Yeah, it's not actually his brother, but he calls him his brother. Yeah, he grew up with him, put it that way, in the same household.
In what was a schmozzle of a season for Richmond, he was one of the only shining lights for us, Seth Campbell.
Did he win Rookie of the Year?
Best first-year player,
It's an effort.
Yep. And we had a lot of them.
Yeah, yep.
Because injuries and just lack of form.
I actually saw Dusty at the airport when I was flying back from Melbourne last week. Dusty Martin.
Where was he off to?
He had golf clubs with him, that's all I can tell you.
Okay. Hopefully he wasn't coming up here to meet with Damien Hardwick. That's all I can... all I'm hoping for.
Keep saying that he's quite happy being retired and
that's
playing golf. So
that's exactly what I want. Play golf, Dusty. Stay a one-club player.
Yeah. Well, a little bit longer length here from the girls. And as we see, the first 3 bowls, short of the jack. And this one's not going to reach either. So, opportunity here for Annette. Down on the forehand, on the commentary box side. Just to try and... Oh, she's playing the other side. needs to miss that, and that was the danger. That was the danger of playing that side. She could have played the other side with her own coming in. No risk at all, but finds herself one down now with 3 short bowls. What's coming up for you, mate? How, are you missing your little mate Lockie this week?
I am. It's been it's been an adjustment period without Locke. Every event that I've been to, I think barring one, Locke's been here, but big shout out to him at Hobson's Bay City Council.
Hey, Lockie was instrumental in bringing live stream production to the world with you guys, so...
He was. He really took it to another level with the apps that he brought and all that sort of stuff. He's brilliant. So, yeah, sorely missed, but we'll have a new person in soon, I'd assume. Okay. So, yeah, figure out who that will be and go from there. But
good stuff.
Yeah, it's a tight little media team. And, yeah, Locke and I have still spoken, I think, every day since he left.
Oh, besties.
Yeah.
We're the same within our HP department. You know, we're not a big department sort of thing. So
and all very close.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, and all known each other for a long time. So
yeah, it does help, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, got this obviously, then go back home, get married, and then go to Pine Rivers.
Just get married, as you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rach ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Does she know what she's in for?
What do you mean?
Not spending the rest of her life with you.
That's why I didn't answer. I played it with a straight bat,
she's
Kaz.
A smart girl. No, she's got a good one in you, mate.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Oh, I wish you all the best. I'm sure everyone at home watching is excited for you, and
should be fun.
Get the shiny shoes on, and
yep, they're ready. Have been worn just the once when I tried on the suit.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it. So
excellent.
Probably should have worn them again just to break them in at home. But oh well, deal with that on the day.
Well, you don't have to wear heels like us girls, so you should be right.
That's true.
I think one thing I did on my wedding day was probably worry that everyone was, if they were having a good time.
That's my stress.
People make their own fun, and so try not to worry about that. You know, people will have a few lemonades and they'll be just making their own fun. So.
Look, I hope so, but I'm one that, like, we've kind of gone where, like, we've done a lot of stuff that we want, but the major focus has been guests, and we want everybody to be happy. And
they will be.
You can't keep everybody happy, I know, but
they'll have a great time.
We've tried to make it as convenient as possible. And
good stuff. As long as you guys have a good time, that's the main thing.
Well, everything seems to be on track, so we're looking pretty good.
How's the weather looking at this long forecast stage?
I will check. It looks okay, and this one here from Alison just bumps Serena's up, still not in for second.
It's funny how when there's a group of bowls sort of short of the jack, you know, in the early stages of an end, how it can just blow out and, you know, like it makes it even harder for the skips to negotiate short bowls and often play sort of poor bowls themselves trying to negotiate that. So as we see Queensland hold one, I don't think Serena is going to come in here. So that is a skipper's nightmare right there with all those bowls. It's short and on the line.
And it's blocking every single hand as well.
It is, yeah.
So I can't quite see the weather as of yet. The furthest that goes back is to the 20th of October, so got to wait another 6 days before I can see the forecast.
Well, Melbourne, you know how changeable Melbourne weather is. It, you know, it could be forecast to rain all day and it's a bright, sunny, beautiful day like today.
I heard of an Irish tradition that the night before they bury sausages.
Right.
I've never heard of it before, but I might even just try.
In the hope of good weather?
In the hope of good weather.
Wow.
So
I'm not sure if that's going to work.
Any Irish people are listening. You've had the same reaction as Rach.
Strangest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's one of my best man was telling me that a colleague of his at work said that well, how's Serena going here?
No, that's not a good head.
So 1-2 Serena and Louise, they take a 7-5 lead. But yeah, so my best man was telling me he has a colleague who's Irish. She said burying sausages is like good luck for weather.
Right.
And he had his uncle's wedding the next day. They buried sausages, and the only 2 hours where they didn't need it to rain, it didn't rain, and sort of rained on at the bookends of both of that 2-hour time slot. So
How do you stop sort of birds and dogs and things trying to dig them up?
the problem is I live in an apartment. Where the hell am I going to bury a sausage? Go in the courtyard and dig a hole or something downstairs.
Under the lounge or something. I don't know. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Wish me luck.
what sort of sausage are we talking? Like, you
I
know,
don't
like
know. I'm
beef
gonna have to-
sausage or
I'm going to have to
chicken?
ask him.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand why you got that reaction from Rach.
Yeah.
Right, as we see,
We got to try anything.
look, changing the subject. Louise Hoskins here. So Queensland have won the jack back, gone back to that nice short length, and Louise is back to her favoured length with a very good opener, as she had been on this length previously.
Yeah, we'll get back to the bowls now because we've talked enough about burying sausages, and we're in a bit of a holding pattern. We've got 6 ends to go.
Good shot. Gave it a chance. Cross the line.
Be really impressed with the fight back of the Victorians because they could have easily, and there was that bowl that you called from Alison East. She made it a lot harder than it had to be, but she made it, nailed the 2.
Yep.
They're on the verge of being 8-1 down,
Yeah, that was a big turnaround.
and it's all come from Annette Ruffle and how she stepped up in this lead game, because when you're the skip, you need your lead to come to the party.
Yep, definitely.
And we saw it in the juniors. Anytime the lead was right on, in either 2-bowl triples, 3-bowl pairs, didn't matter.
It's funny, in 3-bowl pairs, the lead calls the head. So at the moment, you look at Alison East, you know, she's doesn't really need to call any shots as a skip. You know, by the time the leads finish their bowls, it's the lead that calls the shot for the skip. So it's lead sets up the head and calls the game.
Second just along for the ride.
So needs to run here. Needs to run and get back to the line as much as it can. Well, that's a good shot there from Louise Hoskins. Oh, fell against the bias.
It's a strange way to fall.
Turtle fell on its back. Oh, needs to give it a chance here, Annette.
She's not far away, but it's just going to dip under and short. Line was good.
She needed to give that a chance.
So again, 2 short bowls, and the one that has gone past is quite wide. Alison can work with it, but she'd rather another bowl around the mark. 1 hour 40 to go. Don't think time is going to be an issue
No.
at all. Not even halfway through, and we're well over the halfway point of this match.
We just saw Iceman Jimmy Reynolds get the jack back to the back of the rink there to play a bomb. He must have been a few down, and
Is he playing Josh Thornton again?
I think he
Oh, no,
is
they're
playing
not.
WA.
Yeah, WA.
Yeah.
He was just magical in that middle
Singles,
section today.
yeah. A great shot there from the WA player. Draw it right on top of it. Yeah, well, I did watch Jimmy and JT play New South Wales versus Victoria Test at St John's Park a matter of weeks ago, really. And JT was impressive. He played really well. Jimmy, was first to put up his hand to say he didn't play as well as he would have liked. And, a great game in the singles against those two just in the last session. So I'm really keen as Jimmy's coach to speak to him to see, what worked well, what could have done a bit better as well. But I think he would have been very happy with that result. JT's a quality player.
Yeah, and it was played in a great spirit as well. Like, they were both laughing and just enjoying the match. And Jimmy said afterwards, it's like we were bashing each other out there. It was great. And his wife, Nicole, his biggest fan, she was up and about. She was loving it.
She loves it. Yep.
And she said that she was hoping that the pairs game wasn't going to be streamed because she gets too nervous watching.
She
and
does.
listening.
Yep.
I would too. How does Rookie get when he watches you?
No, I think he's okay. Yeah, I think he's okay. He's just finished a 2-month. We see really good shot here for the third shot.
Is it in?
Yep.
That'll do.
Yep. He's just been working in an island off New Guinea for the last 2 months.
Wow.
A gold mine as a scaffold supervisor. So I saw him for the first time on Tuesday. He's here at the moment, actually.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
He's, lost 8 kilos and he's very white because he was on night shift and slept all day. So, yeah, happy to be home he is. And I'm happy he's home too.
Oh, fantastic. And 8 kilos as well. Just before you go to America. Perfect.
Yes.
Alison East.
There was a plan there. Great shot there from Ali.
Sensational.
That's a really good shot. Well, it's close. 7-5.
We've got a game on our hands. And it's been a mighty good contest so far.
Well, she can't pick it, I don't think, Louise.
It's good by Serena just to come down and have a look.
Doesn't really change a shot. Again, you know, she probably just needs to draw the same bowl as she just did. Same weight. But it was a fair save there from Ali.
I feel like just there's one big score that could break this game open, and that Serena and Louise have seemed to had the better of those opportunities. But if you can keep defending them like the Victorians have, then it just makes Louise and Serena think about it all the more.
Thanks, Keza, for great coverage and commentary. Thanks, Val and Karen. Val's dulcet tones.
I don't know about dulcet, but I'll take it.
Can you sing?
It's funny because both my parents can. Dad got into the Victorian College of the Arts.
Oh, right.
Yep. As he did a lot of opera singing.
Yeah, wow.
And Mum can sing really well. She used to be on Young Talent Time.
So in answer to my question, can you sing?
No. Well, Mum and Dad seem to think I can. But
Can Rach, she's the measure.
Rach.
Yeah, does Rach think you can sing?
She says I can, but I don't sing in front of people, to be honest.
No?
No, I get shy.
I would have thought you were a bit of a karaoke man.
I've never done it.
Wedding night, here it comes.
Maybe.
Close here from Serena.
She's found every single gap.
She could have edged off the front, back-ended the jack to Louise's bowl, or even sat the grey bowl down, and she's missed everything. That was good effort.
You couldn't get that if you tried.
Louise,
Well, you could, but
We'll do about that. Wise for Ali to come down and look at this.
because the problem is if she gets too much of that jack, if she halves it by accident.
Yep. It's just it's a nice draw shot to beat the turquoise bowl down there at 7 o'clock. Easy draw shot. Take your grass. Number one rule when you're holding with your last bowl. If you are holding, take your grass.
Almost into the final third of this match.
I don't think it doesn't change Alison's shot. She's just got to try and beat that turquoise bowl. If she happens to get a touch on it, it's a bonus, but just draw the shot. Forehand draw.
And it could tie it up with 5 ends to play.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty big bowl in the context of things, really, because it's tight for shot.
Alison East has enjoyed a sensational Paranationals so far. She'd love to finish with a gold medal. Got herself through the sectional rounds in the B7-8 singles.
Yeah, she was well happy with the singles result this morning when I spoke to her.
As she should have been. She was magnificent. And in this direction, this was the way that she was nailing them. She got 3 4s in this direction against Annette Goldsworthy.
Would have given her great confidence going back on this rink for this game.
And I
Trying
think
here.
this could be why Karen Murphy.
That is a great shot. Any jack is a bonus. Oh, that's a great shot.
Back hopper.
Yep.
If you don't mind, Alison East.
Should nearly have brought that back bowl in.
I love when what you're saying really
No,
comes into
didn't.
fruition.
Jeez, that's
Wow.
deceiving on the television angle, isn't it? Well, she was down, drew the shot. Great shot.
So 7-6 in favour of the Queensland duo. The right at home Parajackaroos with another Parajackaroo against them. She's firing on all cylinders today is Alison East, and Annette Ruffle. When she's been on top of Louise Hoskins in this lead battle, they've been on top.
Nothing in this, and I
No.
really couldn't pick your winner, Val, to be honest. Only a few ends to go. Yeah, I think whichever team wins the majority of these last sort of 5 will win the game.
Yep. I think so. The only problem is if you win like 3 with singles, and then you drop a 3 or 4, it just makes things all the more difficult. That's a great start from Annette Ruffle. That is brilliant.
Yep, perfect. Right on the line. Hard to draw that off. Possible, but have to be pinpoint accurate. Needs to
Louise.
run. Well, this is where in this direction 2 ends ago they all fell short. So Annette's learnt from that. Nothing for short here for Annette. She's played a good one with her first, so anything past is in the game. Yeah, she's played it well. That's 2 really, really good bowls. That's perfect.
That's
Look
sensational.
at that. Bang on the line too. So good.
Louise has to be up here.
Yep.
She has no other choice. If she's got 2 short bowls, just makes things all the more difficult for her third and Serena's 3. Has she sent this, Karen?
Yeah, she's probably past the green ones, but at least it's up. Yeah, that's good. That's a good shot. Still 2 down, but that's okay.
They can work with that. Now she needs to get her third up.
Well, the message would be to Annette, don't change a thing.
Same bowl.
Same line.
Annette Ruffle.
That's 3 really good bowls. Well played. May not count, but it's still 3 cracking lines right on the centre line.
I haven't said it all match, and I'm surprised when she's ruffling the feathers.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Took me an hour and a half. Those who listen regularly will know that I'm a sucker for a pun. Has Louise sent it?
That was 1.5 off that front bowl. No, weight was good. Missed it. It's a handy bowl around about.
Serena might be able to work off it. Might be able to use it.
Well, what it does do, Val, is it gives her an idea of the weight of where the jack is. You know, so if there's nothing there, it's harder to sort of work out how much weight you need and ascertain how much sort of thing. So it's a good bad bowl. Shown them where it is. That's what you'd say. Yeah.
So Louise Hoskins looks at the head. Her skip goes down.
How are the scores for Josh and Barry Brennan?
Can't quite see.
So, Josh Thornton, I'm presuming.
Josh Barry and Barry Brennan.
Oh,
playing
Josh
together.
Barry, sorry. Yep. They
Robbie
have
Allen's-
finished. They finished, I can tell you that.
And the scores have been taken off.
Queensland was 16 and Victoria, I can't see the Victorian score.
So it's Brett Sellers and Tony Bonnell leading Lucas Protopappas and Josh Barry. Josh Thornton. Can't see a score there. Lucas
So,
in the way.
Left of the WA scoreboard there.
18 to...
18-16. Was it?
No, 18 to 7, I think it was, in the WA game.
Oh, yep.
Yep. And then we'll pan over. Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
And 18-16.
Oh, 6.
18 to 6.
There you go. There was a 6 in there. 18-6. Comprehensive win to the VICs. Game finished. To Josh and Barry.
So short bowl from
There you go, Rowling.
Alison East. Yeah, Serena. What can she do? What's the best option for her here? What are you doing first?
I would be just trying to draw the shot. Close as you can. If you draw it really good.
This one won't get there.
Not with that one. Missed the line and the weight with that one.
So hopefully she can correct.
Yeah, I like that call there from Annette. Yep. Alison can afford to be up. Inside edge of the blue. Turn it away off jack high and count with good weight. She's too quick. She could land it.
And then stay for 3.
Yep. If she...
I don't think she sent this.
No. No. She's probably, a metre short. Right. Improvement needed here for Serena Bonnell. It's only 1 at this stage, Val.
Yeah, that jack high bowl of Louise Hoskins is causing all sorts of issues with her head because they'd be at least 2. So it was really nicely done by Annette Ruffle to get those 2 there. And again, this is tight for Serena Bonnell. I think the weight's going to be okay. She's going to come underneath and she's going to go through. Okay. Something to work with for her last. But the problem is still down 1 at the head, which could tie things up. Now, they haven't been even or in front since the end of the first end. The Victorians, they took that end. They've been behind ever since.
Good track here. Well, she's given it a chance here.
She get around her front.
Yeah.
Oh, she rubbed off the front.
Just crashed on. Just fell short. Gee, she was looking really good there too.
That hurts. Has this opened the hand up for Serena maybe? Does she swap or does she stay on the forehand?
I think she will probably stay where she was just so she can correct on what she had with the last 2 bowls. Okay. Needs to negotiate that front pack of bowls with good weight here. There's only 1 down. No, she's into the pack.
Unless...
Oh, that's not hers.
No. I thought she might be going through, but...
Longer ends causing the Queensland pair a few headaches here, Val.
All sorts of problems.
Yeah, I think it's a really good move by the Vics to lengthen it up.
And do it again.
Once they got the mat and the jack.
So 7 apiece, 4 ends to play. We are none the wiser as to who is going to finish this one in front. So we tick over 4 o'clock Queensland time.
Well, win minimum of 2 ends here for either team. Nearly win you the game.
Unless, Karen, extra end.
Could be. Could be. It's a cracking afternoon here at Broadbeach, I have to say.
Wonderful. Hopefully the next however many days, or 14 days of the Nationals are just as good. 13 days of play. There's 1 rest day in there where players representing their states for the Ali Shield and Marge Morris trophies will have a practice day. Play a few tests against each other.
The Paris seniors starting as well.
Over 60s.
Oh, sorry, the Paris, the senior sides rather.
So Annette Ruffle, again, getting at the back of the rink. Nice little touch-up.
Thanks, Robbie. Good start there from Annette again on that longer length. Really good move here by the VICs.
So impressive what she's been able to do in this second half of the game.
Well, Louise Hoskins has again left it short with the first one in this longer length. She keeps on making that same mistake. So Annette found a weight with the first bowl. Repeat. Thrown it out a bit wider. Great shot. Really good correction there. And she's nailed it again. Same as last end. Well, she's putting the Queenslanders under the pump here.
She's proven to be the most important person on this rink.
Just that long change in length, that longer length, she's really taken to it and changed the game.
Louise has to be up. She's got to be. Her line's good.
It's a better bowl here.
Louise Hoskins.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
But again, the fact that she had a second one up certainly helps.
Change of hand here from Annette. Touch her 2 feet of weight. Touch her to get the jack past the tee would be perfect.
Louise has opened things up a little bit.
No danger here for Annette to be up. Okay. Should we tighter line?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get there. Might have the weight. No.
Wasted opportunity there.
And at this time, it's where you start to get a bit nervous. You start to think about things a little bit. You just got to focus bowl by bowl.
Well, the South Australia Victorian game has now finished. Chris Flavelle, his game up against the VICs.
Sure who won. Chris looks pretty happy.
I think South Australia.
Yep.
From the scoreboard I last saw.
So Louise, her weight again, brilliant, but just didn't have the line. That's going to be an inconsequential bowl. So again, are you favouring 2 for Victoria here?
Yeah, I think it would be 2. Yep. Alison with first opportunity to consolidate the head here. Front touch would be gold right now.
So in this matchup, we've only had 3 multiples scored. All being 2s, nothing more than a 2. I feel like if one of those does come, that's going to go a long way to determining who this victor is going to beat. Only got 3 ends to go after this.
The game next door of Tony Bonnell and Brett Sellers, the Queensland boys are up. Val, Victoria are 5 and Queensland
11? Or
played 12 ends. I think it's a 0. It might be 10-5.
Yep.
Something like that, but they're definitely up.
How's this from Alison East?
Lagged it short, but that's an
10-5.
That's an annoying. Thanks, Robbie. 10-5 on 12. That's an annoying bowl. Annoyance for Serena. Probably see a forehand draw from her. She's got her own toucher there, just coming in inside edge of that would be perfect.
He's been sampling many of the dinner places up here on the Gold Coast, Kaz.
Well, only been up here for 2 nights. The first night we were going to go out and grab something to eat for dinner, but the weather was horrific, so we
Uber Eats.
Yeah, we just got some Uber Eats, and then last night because so Paul hasn't been eating a lot because the food wasn't great in camp.
Oh no!
So he just wanted a pizza. So yeah, I was quite happy just to have a couple of pieces of pizza, and that did me.
Sounds great.
A couple of pieces of pizza and a sparkling water. Lovely.
Very nice. You can't beat a pizza. Serena.
if she's got the weight here, she's got a really good track, but I don't know that she has. Just turning off the front. It's probably a yard short. Hasn't helped the cause there, fattening up the bowls at the front.
And in this direction, they're slowing down as well because the green's in the shadows, so the sun isn't quite baking it like it was this morning.
And with Tiftorft greens, the blades of grass actually follow the sun. So they point to the sun, sort of thing. So when, you're right, when it's in the shadow, it's, it's obviously not pointing to the sun, potentially a little bit slower.
And we see it during the Australian Open on this rink as well. This is where we usually stream when the shadows hit at the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yep.
And, this is going to be an interesting finish to the contest if they can't combat the long ends.
So Serena's forehand that she's just about to play is an easier hand from a shadow point of view. That would be quite off-putting playing that backhand where your point of delivery is right on the edge of that shadow on the backhand. So she's on the forehand. I'll tell you what, she's given this a bit of a show. It needs to run. Well, she's probably not got the weight again.
So still 2 down.
Yeah, I think that's a really good call from Annette. Get right around the pack. Get past the jack. Anything past the jack there is a good shot there for Ali.
Her game sense has been quite impressive as well, Annette. She's had some really good calls in the last few ends.
Yeah, as when we spoke about it before, like it's a leads calling game in 3-ball pairs. She got the weight. Oh, well, that's one way to get there.
Yep. That's where she wanted to go, probably a bit further.
Serena needs a couple of feet on her last attempts. Needs to be under that green bowl with another few feet, giving her the chance. If she runs into the jack, happy days. So it's probably 2 to Victoria as it stands, which is with 4 ends to go. Quite handy for the VICs. Oh, Serena's coming to have a look.
She needs to. I think it's important just to have a look and survey what the go is.
Yeah. Calm myself and have a bit of a look at the situation. Some good games too with the Australian Champ singles with
It's
Jacob
awesome.
Nelson and Chloe Stewart taking out those titles yesterday.
Chloe was unbelievable. She had it on a string the other day when the rain came and the wind came, and then to dispatch Dawn like that as well. She was brilliant.
Yeah, a good win there for Chloe and further opportunity heading to World Champ of Champs. Opportunity to win a world title. Dawn's always up in the mix. She's got a good record in the Australian Champ singles.
Yeah, she's won it twice, and she was so unlucky that the 2 times she won it, she couldn't go play for the Worlds because of COVID. And I feel for Ray Pearce and Tristan Smallercombe as well because they missed out on the opportunity too. Serena's not going to get there.
No.
And Karen Murphy, this is
a turnaround, isn't it?
a statement and a half. 3 ends in a row and 6 of the last 7.
Yep. Long ends.
Ever since that shot of high difficulty where she halved the jack back to the slipped
in the slip cordon. Yep, measuring for 2. Well, certainly got the momentum, the Victorian side.
9-7 it's going to be. Surely this is a 2. Surely.
Looks it. Right, camera. Yep.
That is a 2, and it's all thanks to Annette Ruffle.
Yep. Well done, Annette, said Ali East, and she's right. She'll be straight back to this long end again.
Put the mat down right where you are, Annette. That's what's working for you.
And her first bowl on these long ends has been really good. Louise really needs to give her first one a chance and not lag it short like she has, in making life difficult for both herself and for Serena. Well, she hasn't sent it quite as long as other lengths, but...
And it just goes to show, Karen, how important jack rolls are.
Yep. Yeah, that could be detrimental. It could be.
But I tell you what, she's on a pretty good track here, Annette Ruffle. It's going to cut under.
She's played it well. Weight's good. Yeah, good start. Just on the edge of that shadow. Probably this length probably plays back more into Louise's hands, what they were playing. Interesting to see her mindset, Louise, with this end. Hasn't really performed over the last couple of ends, and she's just gone walkabout a bit, I think.
Yeah, she's not overly happy. As we see a couple of birds dancing their way across the rink. She's tossed this out on a pretty wide line, Annette Ruffle. She going to join Louise's bowl there. She's going to just rub past.
Missed opportunity.
It's kind of been the tail of the tape, really, though. She's had two good ones and then one little sighter.
Yeah, yeah. Well, change of hand here for Louise Hoskins. Probably a good move, methinks.
Into the shadows. Definitely not as wide.
Track's good. She lagged it short again. Dear, she's really lost her way here.
And I thought she'd be licking her lips, because you're right, these are the lengths that she was dominating on before. This is tight. So the slight change in length has sort of thrown everybody off the weight. Wasn't bad, but I dare say this is going to change. No big scores coming at all. Great shot. Can tell everybody watching at home that Karen Murphy has made my my exercise book so much more valuable here.
Not why. That's not why. I had to send someone my signature. I can't tell you why.
No, that's okay.
Oh,
I figured as much, but now I have Kaz's autograph on my book and I will never throw it out.
Dear me.
It's day 4 of the Nationals and we are cooked already.
Here comes Ali. That's a fine opening bowl.
So Louise's third was really good. She had to get in there. She had to get one past. And it's a perfect spot. Probably, I don't know what I'm favouring here.
Well, Serena's sort of in the same boat. She needs to get her first bowl up and about here. Nice positive draw
What's positive?
Line's good. Weight's good. Edge of the grey. That's
Yep.
a shot. That's what she needed. Nice.
Is it 1 or 2 though? That's the question.
Yeah, it's close.
2 down.
Two down.
Indicated by Annette Ruffle. Okay. We might have a grandstand. Well, we do have a grandstand finish. I think this is what you classify it as.
Tighter line than her first. Unless she's got a bit of weight on it, and we need
Gap.
Annette to move out of the way. Good home. Great home there from Ali.
She can afford to be positive now. Be up, get that jack, or sit the bowl away.
Serena just looking again just for a confident draw. Should afford sort of a foot of weight, probably no more. Safe line.
It's as safe as it gets.
Safe and short of the jack as it just comes into view for our viewers there.
Came back more than I thought it would.
Yeah.
But Alison East now has to do something with her last. Annette just in the way there. Ooh. Hopefully see this come down. It's on its way. She's sort of followed that line out and she goes around the back. So it's an opportunity for Serena Bonnell to put Queensland back in front with 2 ends to play.
Yeah, no need to be worried about drawing to this. You see her go wide with a first attempt at it. Unless she's super heavy, she's not going to give it away. That's a better line.
Definitely not as safe as last time out. She just needs the weight now.
Yeah, if she's got good weight, she'll get back.
That's looking pretty good.
She's trying here.
Just didn't get there.
Needs to hold up. Well, that's close. I think that's...
Do you reckon it got there?
I think so.
1. All right, we'll probably measure these next ones. Marker's going to get down and do it. So is it a 1, a 2 or a 3?
Big end.
Either way, it's going to Queensland.
Big end for Queensland, for sure. Fiona Hall, nice to hear you back on the Goldie, you two.
She
Thanks,
is
Fee.
the most famous person in Mudgery Bar, Fiona Hall.
She is. Was 3.
Wow.
Big end.
So they'd only been behind for 1 end, and they went down by 2, and they've rectified that after 6 bowls.
Well, I just wonder if it was because that jack was a bit shorter than they'd thrown.
That's what we said.
Yep.
Needed to be a bit longer because Louise was well short with 2 of them.
Yep. Well, it allowed Louise to play a really good one with the last, and Serena brought her into the game too, and she played 2 really good shots. So, little mistake maybe from VIC's. Beautiful afternoon here at Broadbeach. Not a breath of wind. Not too much anyway. Not like we're used to here.
No, it's it can be quite aggressive at times off the water. Can get bad at night. Oz champs are going to be pretty cold.
Always thinking winter here. Maybe not this time of the year, but more so in winter around Australian Open time. Days are lovely, but the nights are cool.
Yeah, they are.
It really catches you out. You think, oh yeah, and as soon as that sun goes down, whew.
Yeah, I made the mistake of going to Pacific Fair in activewear after just finishing up for the day and just walked across.
That freezing.
Yeah, wasn't fun.
Activewear.
It's the Melburnian in me coming out.
Oh dear. Were you heading over to Lululemon?
No, it was just my Nike stuff.
Right. Two good starts here. Weight good from both players.
So 10-9. Louise and Serena back in front. Got just over an hour to go. There's going to be no problems with time.
Track. Really good track here from Lou. Well, that's just that length again. It's brought her back into the game, Val. Two good bowls. They're really good. Right on the tee.
So impressive.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, because the para women aren't over aggressive. You rarely see a jack in the ditch. Rarely.
We lost one in the first match of the morning. I think Annette Goldsworthy might have sent one in, but that's...
Yeah, it's rare, isn't it?
Or it was Alison. I can't quite remember who, but happened once throughout the whole day. Carmen asking about what activewear is, but it's literally, it's just sportswear. So
activewear, you know, when you go to the shopping centre, Carmen, you see the girls wear their tights in their sports bras and singlets and runners.
Yeah.
And they're just going shopping.
I had my my Nike tennis stuff and runners on. So
I've got to ask you, Rafa.
I know.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's upsetting.
So Rafael Nadal, for all our viewers at home, has retired overnight.
Yep, very sad.
Legend of the game. Love him.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, the two best ones of the big three are now gone, and the villain is still there.
The villain is still there.
But
good shot. Good head of bowls there.
I feel like most bowlers did when you retired, Kaz.
What? Because I was the villain?
No.
Yeah, no. I think there's some
sad.
really good young tennis players coming up. Is it Carlos
Alcaraz?
Yeah.
He's
gonna be good, isn't he?
He already is.
Yep.
He's just wonderful. Yannick Sinner as well. Like all recent controversy aside, he's one of the best, and he's so polite and kind, and tennis is in good hands.
It is
Really good hands.
Yep.
Like the fact that Alcaraz has won 3 majors and Sinner's won 2.
Yep. Well,
Alcaraz won 4. Sorry, 2 Wimbledons, a French and a US. So
okay.
It's insane that he's done that at 21.
Effort. Well, Serena Bonnell with a first opportunity here to try and close down this end. Up by 1.
They can all but seal it here, because I think this is definitely a 3. How's
Close.
the track?
Yeah, she's close here. She'll get back to the centre of the rink. That's a great shot. That's exactly what the doctor ordered there for Queensland.
Get the touch of spray out. Now, has it... It's probably cut the count down, in all honesty, though.
It has, but it's...
I think it's only 1 now.
Consolidated the head a little bit to a better position. So Alison East just on her forehand here. Worst bowl she could play here is short. So she needs to be up. She's on a really good line here. She's got the weight. Just over the draw. Yeah, weight was pretty good. No less.
It's been going 2 hours here. 1 more day of Paranationals action tomorrow.
They'll sleep well tonight.
Oh, 100%. Being out there in the sun all day can make you very drowsy.
On your feet all day.
Yeah.
Serena's under the line here. No harm though. Weight was all over it. Yeah, weight was good. Well, Ali needs a bit more weight, in my opinion. She needs to attack this, land the bowl, trail the jack, halve the jack out to the green bowl. Not much point in trying to draw it. She's on a wide line. Will not.
She's overcorrected.
No, won't make a difference. to the head with this one. She was up. That's good.
Yeah, but it's made her last bowl all the more difficult.
Well, Serena's just asking what the green bowl's worth. I wouldn't be looking for that at this stage, just in case it goes wrong. Forehand draw. Beat the turquoise. Not leaving a target. If she beats the turquoise one, she's past the head, past the jack.
She's going to have a look. Yeah, I think she was considering that green bowl and getting rid of it, but Louise said you're probably only going to go one more up.
Not at this stage of the game.
No. If you're down,
yeah,
then you've got to go for it, but they're in control. They've got shot.
Yeah. Hard target.
Especially if you miss as well and you do obstruct the head and make it better for Alison East with her last.
Well, she misses the green bowl and it gets the jack out to the right-hand side of the rink where that grey speckle bowl is. She's one down. It's the last game on the green at the moment, this ladies' pairs final. Well, Serena just asking her coach, Brett. Don't think she needs to play this at this stage. Ali's only got one bowl left. Worst case scenario, she'd go one down, so I don't think it's the percentage shot. Interesting.
Let's see.
Forehand draw for two. Beat the turquoise bowl behind the jack for me. That's what I would play. A few helicopters going above us, Val.
Yeah, I think they do their patrol every once in a while. I haven't seen too many aircraft. Too much aircraft up there today.
Well, her intent is to go for this green bowl, but she hasn't got the weight.
So, Alison East to level proceedings with an end to go. Is it almost a case of, do you want last bowl going into the last end, or do you want to tie it up?
Oh, I think tie it up probably would be. The shot bowl looks just past jack, so, there's no harm in a confident draw here.
Definitely not.
She's given it a show.
She's not as wide and not as
She's
tight.
actually pretty good here. Just under the jack, I think.
Yeah.
Just under weight, probably, if anything. Just draw weight. So, it's a pretty good effort.
One to Queensland.
To the diff.
11-9, one end to play for all the marbles here. And it was all after that jack roll that just maybe went
I think so.
1.5 meters short. They've only been behind after one end. That was after end 12.
A few players hanging around to watch the end of this women's final.
One of the first medals on offer. And tomorrow we'll have all of them sorted. Clover Lester Encouragement Award will be awarded as well.
The singles finals.
Yep.
Men's pairs final.
I believe the open para pairs as well, maybe. Might have.
Back to their favoured length here.
I know that has been played today. The semis, anyway. Josh Barry and Barry Brennan will play Aaron Edmondson and Chris Flavel in the final. Got women's B5-6 singles to come as well.
Louise, first bowl, really good. Really good. She's really liked this short end, and she's just gone bang with the first one.
Get the chalk out. So I believe it was Brett Sellers and It's only
Tony Bonnell.
Bonnell that got through, so they'll play Jeff Seaton and James Reynolds in the pairs final, the 14-point pairs.
Yep. Be great to see the VIs added to the Nationals, Val.
Agree.
So our vision impaired players. Tell you what, she's given this a show.
Annette Ruffle.
That's a cracking bowl there from Annette Ruffle.
What a way to start the final end.
2 great bowls there from the girls. Yeah, VIs are involved in the AO.
Yeah,
I know they've just played their ABBA Nationals at Kumiala in not that long ago, probably 2 months ago or so. But yeah, be all inclusive, be good.
I do agree, and they are part of the Right at Home Parajackaroo setup.
Yep.
And Jake Feldberg is the only para bowler in history to have won a Com Games and World Championships gold medal. It was either him or Herman Schultz that would achieve that at World Champs last year, and that was one of the best matches I've called. Jackie Hudson, such a character as well.
Yeah.
Great value.
Yeah. Good shot here too. Again from Annette. That's really good past the Jack. Nothing wrong with that. Those Bunnings umbrellas do a good job, don't they, with over the cameras?
They do.
Good advertising there for Bunnings, Robbie. You should. Sponsorship. Well, needs to run. Well,
just not going to get there. So
Louise has played 3 good bowls, but they're all short of the Jack. So nothing to be. I mean, the Vics are on the back foot here. They need to just play underneath the turquoise bowl, turning the green, or the Jack would be absolutely perfect.
She's close.
She's close here.
Oh, no.
No, she's got the wrong bowl. Hit the wrong bowl in.
How do you go at a Bunnings warehouse, Kaz?
Oh, I love a Bunnings.
Really?
Yeah, and an Office Works.
Office Works, I get.
Bunnings is great.
I'm like that with Kmart and the supermarket. Actually, I do love the supermarket.
I'm gonna loop back to sausages. They've got great sausages.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to get me. That's the only thing that's going to get me to Bunnings.
Yeah,
I'm not a.
You've got to think about. Yeah,
I'm not a handyman.
No, fair.
Yeah, Robbie saw that yesterday when I was trying to
put the umbrella up.
Well, no, the socket wasn't coming out.
Right.
You had to go get an 8-inch socket? I remember, see. I don't think I'd ever used one of those sockets before. That was new.
Well, first opportunity here to the Queenslanders, and
we're not sure what the bowl is.
Well,
it's
I
on
think
its way.
It'll probably be going back. They need a back bowl here. Yep, Serena's got good weight here just to drop in around the pack. Good weight, that's good. That is a good shot.
But yeah, no, Office Works is fantastic.
It is, yeah.
So Alison East.
Well, she's shaping up on the backhand. She's trying to turn the bowl onto the shot bowl.
That's not going to get there. It's going to miss everything, and that's a wasted opportunity.
Oh, so there's a lot more opportunity on the other side of the rink.
Because you can utilise those bowls, can't you?
Yeah, well, she picks the gap. She sits the bowl for 2. Jack back to the bowl at the bottom of screen is
2.
good. Yep.
Or at least 1.
Yeah, so I don't understand why she would play her backhand. But anyway. got to play what you see. Oh,
Serena.
looking good here from Serena. She's round the front green for the jack. Well, that's perfect.
Brilliant.
That's a good shot. Just unlucky not to try and turn the jack behind the turquoise bowl. Has to play the forehand here. Has to play the forehand. Still an opportunity to land the bowl for 2. Where's Ian Ewing, their coach? Standing at the back of the rink. No interaction from the coaches yet. Girls still discussing. Well, there is now. Be interesting to see what JR calls, but from mine, the only shot I can see to try and win the game is to play the forehand. Yeah. So obviously, ringside coach needs to be registered with the umpire for the day. Most of the para teams have got coaches, as have a lot of the sides at the Nationals. And often it's not the coach telling them what shot to play. It's actually just a bit of support, a bit of discussion around options. Know it irks a lot of people with ringside coaching, but
Well, if it's legal,
every other sport does it. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't get that. That's the one thing with me. Why, I've heard comments saying, "Oh, that person uses ringside coaching. I don't want them to win." It's like, why? It's legal.
Yeah.
What's your? I don't get what the problem is. It's like they think it's cheating, but it's well within the rules. And
sometimes you just need like a bit of support to back your original decision.
And at Com Games and
Different
Worlds,
perspective. Yeah.
every player out there has
Yep.
a ringside coach.
Yep.
It's a great addition to the game. If you've got someone that's willing to help you.
Yep. Yeah, that's far too wide. Doesn't want to turn that in.
Oh no.
Well, that's
The only option I can see with her last is now changing hands again.
Jack down the line.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's where Queensland's looking to get to. Probably needs it out to the left-hand side as we look at the screen, the left-hand side of the jack, back covering that green bowl. So it needs to probably play forehand, trying to get back to that green bowl or close to. Doesn't want to leave one jack high. That's probably Serena's worst result.
So, one bowl left for Serena Bonnell. One bowl left for Alison East. If you were Alison, would you have stayed up there? Or does the equation remain the same?
Yeah, well, I would imagine Serena's just going back, so it's probably not changing the head too much. Okay, so she's on a wide line. She's back past the green bowl. Well, this is going to take some effort here to force an extra end for the VICs. Alison East playing a forehand, needs the jack back 3.5 feet.
Well,
She's coming back down to have another look.
so I told you, Kaz. But it's the same bowl. Exact same bowl as what it was before. So, Alison East right at home, Parajackaroo, to send it to an extra end. There's no way they can win it here. If they are going to win it, it's going to have to be in an extra end, and she needs to nail this. She's been doing it on this rink all day.
Yep. Just needs to miss the front turquoise bowl of Louise's jack back 3.5 feet. It's the only option.
I think JR's probably saying the same.
Tough shot, but gettable.
It's got to be perfect weight as well.
Yep. Much discussion here.
She moves back towards the mat.
Jack in the ditch gets, or Jack right back towards the ditch gets the same result, but I think Ali needs to play a little less than ditch weight to get back around the turquoise bowl.
Yeah, it's got to be precise.
Yeah, she's got to give herself opportunity to get back to the line of the jack. Well, we're about to find out, folks.
Fortunately, Annette just in the way.
As long as she stays where she is, we'll be able to see the shot.
Yep. No, she's just moved out the way.
It's too wide for mine.
And that
Weight was good. Well done, Queensland.
That's a brilliant performance in the end. A 2 to Queensland, and they eventually move out to a 4-shot win. Serena Bonnell and Louise Hoskins, your 2024 Para Nationals Women's Open Pairs gold medalists. Absolutely brilliant and well played to Annette Ruffle and Alison East. Karen Murphy, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure sitting alongside one of the greatest bowls players, but greatest bowls minds in the world.
Oh, thanks, Val. Really appreciate it. Congratulations to both teams, but well done, Serena and Louise. Thanks, Val.
Plenty more still to come on Ringside Live at the Nationals, because tomorrow we'll be back in the morning. Stay in touch with BA's social media channels as well, because that's where we'll update you with what the schedule is going to be. But until tomorrow morning, it's been Val Febo. Have a great night. Happy bowling if you are bowling, and we'll see you tomorrow morning from Broadbeach.